So Mojang just released a new Java snapshot just a few hours ago, and today we are going to be checking it out and seeing what all is new. Before we get into what all of this is, the first thing I want to check out is the new F3 screen. Now, as you can see, once I pressed F3, there's a lot less stuff on the screen. That's because they updated. You can edit this menu by pressing F3 and 5. There we go. And I'm not going to go into too much detail with all this, because it's just a lot for one thing, so I'm just going to not deal with that. Now, what I have in front of me is 4 different versions of the copper block. And in here, I have 4 carved pumpkins. So, basically, what you do is you place this here, and you get yourself a copper golem. Now, what it does is it takes blocks from the copper chest that spawns in, and it moves it over to this normal chest. It's basically like an organization system. They also come in different colors. They got slightly oxidized, weathered copper golem, and then just oxidized copper golem. Next thing I want to move on to is the lightning rods. Now, these lightning rods can now oxidize. Once your copper golem goes to the blue one like that, it can turn into a statue. Editing Cosmos here. So, basically, I was rewatching the clip and I realized that what I said didn't mean, like, whenever they go blue, it can turn into a statue. Like, what does that mean? What I meant to say was that whenever they fully oxidize, they can deactivate and therefore turning into a statue. So, yeah, just to clarify that, that might be a little bit confusing. And if you left or right click with an axe on this statue, you can change it to different versions of oxidization levels, like you see here. You got normal, slightly oxidized, weathered, and then this was waxed oxidized. So yeah, and then if you don't want your copper golem to turn into a statue, you just right click on this and he comes back to life. The one thing you can also do, I believe, is, yes, you can wax your copper golems. They would never, oxidize. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the new dye textures. They changed every single dye texture in the game. Made it to where they're just sitting on a little, plate or of some sorts. I really like them. I don't really have a strong opinion on these dyes. But one thing that they added, some new shells. All of this was in the beta preview for the longest time, but they added it to Java today. Now, they come in all wood types, even bamboo, and what you could do, which I think is pretty cool, is you can hold up to a stack of items in a bamboo shelf. See? That's a stack of items in a shelf. And you craft them by using a 6 stripped logs, and then you get the oak shell. Pretty cool. Now, the coolest thing about this is these are with redstone now. So, basically what you could do is, hold on, let me just get random hotbar of items stuff. So you could save an entire hotbar with 3 shells all powered and connected together. So, you can make it to where, let's say you're going mining, and you have a hotbar for mining, and you can just click your shell, and you get your hotbar. Pretty cool. Now, they do also have a copper golem spawn egg, which is really cool. Also, I noticed that they always spawn, or most of the time they spawn facing back, they're back facing towards you, and not facing in front of you, as you can see here. They don't always face you whenever you spawn them, which is interesting. Now, another thing that they added was, let me try to get a tamed horse here. Give me a second. Nope. 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 This might take a minute. There we go. Another thing they added is copper horse armor. And it looks pretty dope. I love how they had some, like, oxidization for, like, the saddle part. And then they add, like, full copper on the, like, armor part. Which is pretty dope. I really like that. That's the coolest thing ever. Not only did they add copper horse armor, they also added copper tools and armor. I only have two of the copper tools right now, but they did add the rest of the tools. Now, this has been one of the coolest Minecraft updates that Mojang has made in a while. And not only did they add a mob vote loser from like 2021, I believe, but they also added copper armor, copper tools, some new shells, copper chests. This is basically the copper update at this point. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Cosmos signing out.